Jesus Christ, man. I don't know why I always keep doing this when I'm sick. Yo, what's up? Welcome to my spiral into hell, baby. This ain't my first rodeo, so I kinda already knew my answer, but you don't. Short answer is yes, long answer is, well, it's this video. But wait, just cause you have the answer, don't leave. What if I say you can draw manga in even less than 7 days, huh? You see, instead of torturing myself alone yet again for a last-minute comic entry for a contest, I thought I might share it this time. The one-shot I'm working on is an entry to Tapaz's contest collaboration with Kickstarter. The theme was daydreaming, and whoo boy, do I have a lot of experience with that. Entries are judged based off writing, art, and originality. All craftsmanship and not a popularity contest. So someone like me who's bad at marketing actually has a chance at winning. Also, no requirements for color is godsend. I hate coloring, and black and white just saves so much time. So much so that I can do these things last minute and still make the deadline. Guys, I want to cry because as I was writing the script, I went back to look at the rules and it says full color. I'm so cooked. Well, it is what it is. Let's just continue like I didn't just have my hopes and dreams crushed in a split second. Now you may scold me about how awful my time management is, but this time it wasn't my fault. It was, but for good reasons. I just got into conventions this year, and summer is straight up con season. I had events almost every weekend for the month of July, leading up to the first week of August, and even one on the same week as the deadline, so lots of prepping and no time to draw comics. What I'm saying is, I had the character design roughly sketched out a month prior, and a story vaguely in my head before the 7 days I am mentioning in this video, which, oh my god, when Genshin announced Flynn's, I was dumbfounded. That there boy looked like my boy here, whose name is Harabi, and the other character is Dali. They're two young boys in a maximum security hospital imagining a life much better outside of it. I say boy, but Dali is more gender neutral. I kinda wanted him to be ambiguous, but then I went ahead and tagged it BL, so there's that. I put in a lot of details and references with this story. Harabi is based off a well, and specifically the 52 Hertz well. Dali is based off of an albatross, which are my favorite species of bird. Alright. If I edit this correctly, by now is when I hop in and give you an update on my progress. Disclaimer though, audio is bad because I had my fan on and it's hot as hell here. It's August 13th, the deadline is August 17th, and I hardly have anything done. I think I'm gonna have to cut some of the pages. It's only 10 pages, but this one I gotta do a bunch of stuff. Oh my god, there's so much dog fur everywhere. I gotta lock in, guys. I gotta finish this tomorrow. Why did I sleep for a whole week? I don't know, man. Maybe because you hardly slept for a whole month. It won't be long until next update, cause boy did I work very slowly. It takes me about an hour to prepare to draw and 30 minutes of actual drawing time. Though of the progress updates to come, this was the better of some of them. I basically just cleaned up some of the thumbnails, and now, past Kina, what's the time check? It's 2:41 now. It's been an hour and then something. I think I did some pretty good progress, but I don't know, man. I changed it. I changed the beginning. And I did the sketches for these guys. I don't want to do line art, but I don't want to color either. I don't want to draw. Okay. Alright. I might be the worst artist out there. An artist who doesn't like drawing. Who would have thunk? Oh, hold on. What's that, Pasquina? another time check this quickly. It's 8:40. I in fact did not walk in. I took a snack break. And I don't know what happened after. Well, I gotta finish this today, so I'm gonna have to actually take a break on the comic a bit. Dang. It's that stupid cake game on YouTube, man. I see. Continuing our conversation from before, I wish I was a millionaire, then I can have someone draw for me. I mean, I still love drawing, but I feel like it's not fun anymore. I know I should make art for myself, but I think about all of my OCs that I have so much stories to tell, and it makes me sad that I might never have enough time in my life to tell all their stories, and that when I'm gone, so will they. That's the feeling when I post art on social media. Even if they exist, no one will care as much about them as I have. If they only exist in my head, then there's an excuse for why no one cares. And I can't take out any time to draw them because unfortunately money is necessary in quality of life. And comics don't pay me. Anyways, I'll continue being my OC's biggest fan, and with that, here's another time check. Okay, I lied. It's now 9:34, so like maybe 40 minutes. I did the sketch for these 2 pages. I really need to work on the keychain thingy, but see, now that I have to do something else, I want to do this now. But I keep mentioning those keychain designs, but I still haven't finished them as I'm procrastinating writing this script. And here's another update so quickly. I know, guys, that could only mean one thing. You could only imagine how much I got done. It's now 7:05 p.m. and I did nothing. Alright, okay. I just know when I stop recording, I am not gonna work on it. I'm gonna end up playing that stupid cake game again. Bing bang boo, another update. I feel like we're spending more time filming updates than actually drawing here. Seems like an eternity since I've worked on this thingy. Oh, my pen's not working. All I did was this. I got today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Oh man. And then Friday. Wait, what's today? Oh, today's Thursday. Okay, and Friday I will finish 3 more pages. Bold of me to plan on finishing a reasonable amount of pages split into multiple days. Why take things slowly when you can get a dopamine shot by doing everything in one day? It's now August 16th, the day before the deadline, and guess what? I don't know why it took me like 2 hours, an hour and then some, just to do this much work. But if I keep drawing at this rate, I am not gonna get done in time, man. And also, I just realized I forgot to play the Genshin event. It ends on the same day the deadline for this contest is. Why does everything always line up on the same exact days, man? Well, I guess I'll play this while I draw. Hopefully I don't get distracted. I only started drawing in the afternoon because it was so hard for me to wake up that day. I took a nap at 3 p.m. and nap turned into sleep. I tried to play the quest while drawing, but here's how that turned out.
Grab some paint and let's get graffitiing!
And that whole hour I was playing the game, that's as much as I got on my comic. Yep, not a multitasker, despite what my resume might say. In my defense, I was expecting this summer event to be like most of Genshin's quests, where it's a shit ton of dialogue, but it was mini games galore this time, which I like, but not when I'm on a tight deadline. Despite that, I actually got a decent amount of line art done for the characters. Here's past me giving you yet another update, but with good progress this time, I swear. Alright, it's 4:51 a.m. now, and this is as much as I got. I finished doing that, but I still have to do all of the other stuff, like the background stuff. On this page, almost all the line art is done. I have to draw the clipboard though. This page, the extra people. And this one, I still got 2 panels for that. This one's kind of the same since I didn't work on this one today. That's still a sketch, but I got quite a bit of line art done. This panel is done. Basically, any of the panels where I don't have to draw a human is done. See, I did all the shoes. I have anything that is in light blue is what I still have to do line art for the character. The blue is the ones that are done. The green is where I've done the line art for the character only. And like these, I still have to do most of the characters, so they're not fully filled. That's kind of how I keep track of things. I should have done this a long time ago so I can see exactly how far I've done, because just looking at the pages, it kind of doesn't look like a lot of work, but when it's laid out like this, it's a lot of work. Yay, I actually did enough between updates to have enough footage to talk longer. I spent some time looking for assets and photos to save time on the backgrounds. Granted, I probably would have drawn them in about the same amount of time to find the assets, if not faster. However, the photos I used for the panels with ocean and water was necessary for my sanity. I didn't have the time to draw the ocean nor intricate water splashes. Forgive me. I did get the photos legally, guys. They were from a stock website, so don't flame me. I also altered them by upping the contrast, making them black and white. Let's not remind me of my major screw up from the beginning. Then I used the screen tone feature in Clip Studio Paint for some of them to make a manga background. Also tweaked the curves a bit as well to make the whites brighter. I used the liquify tool to warp the images to my needs, which allowed me to go on a tangent. The liquify tool is the best damn thing in the digital art history. You don't need to know what brush I use to make good art. You need to know how to use the liquify tool. Why learn anatomy if you can sculpt perfection with liquify? But seriously, I should probably learn proper anatomy. I showed how I kept track of what I had to do in the time check video. It's much easier for me to comprehend how much work I got to do and how much time it will take when it's separated by panels rather than pages. Also, just writing down words or looking at the actual pages doesn't do the trick for me. In fact, whenever I look at the pages, it just felt like I was almost done. But after mapping everything out, it was clear as day. The finish line was a mile away and I'm running it barefoot on a hot pavement. I did this for my other comic as well. It's just a big motivator to fill in the boxes. Also, I tend to overestimate my abilities sometimes. When I look at the sketch, I'm usually like, yeah mate, I could finish that in 15 minutes. Which I did on some of them. Don't get me wrong, but that mentality usually was followed up with me taking a snack break and then falling asleep and playing that flippin' cake game on YouTube. YouTube playables, the bane of my existence. The cake game consumes me. Anyways, having just plain boxes put it in perspective on how much I got to do without me underestimating or overestimating the time it takes to finish a single panel. With the blank boxes, I know I need to finish X amount in X amount of time. If I finish a panel earlier than 15 minutes, cool. I have more time to work on the next. This all took place on the day of the deadline, by the way, so through several instances of procrastination and other chores and tasks, it practically felt like I did all the line art in one day. With how much line art I had left to do, I really did need to finish 4 panels an hour. The headshots were fairly quick, averaging the 4 panel rate, with some outliers, i.e. this guy. Then it was about 2 to 3 panels per hour for the panels with more body and background. And by the next time check, I had finished almost all of the line art for the characters, not including backgrounds, with exception of some panels I dreaded to draw. Some sketches just scare my little wee brain. Like, we know it's a lot of work, but holding it off ain't gonna get it done, little guy. Yo, what the hell is in this thing? I just ate it, and now I'm like wide awake, which is good, but like, I don't want to have like a freaking crash 20 minutes later or something. But anyways, here's an update. Lots of green this time, bleed blue. But yeah, that is what we got so far at 10:50 a.m. and I will need to do backgrounds afterwards. I don't want to do backgrounds. I, in fact, crashed in literally 20 minutes. I couldn't even keep my eyes open. My eyelids were so heavy, man. They were weighing my head down on that pillow. Because boy, I had to take a nap. I was not young enough for all-nighters, which, fun fact, I once stayed up for a whole week with only 2 hours of sleep. How about that? Them's the Shonen Jump mangaka sleep schedule. Anyways, I slept for 3 hours, forced myself up with several alarms, because I knew with how little sleep I had, I'd probably be sleeping through the apocalypse. It didn't help that it was so hot. Heat just makes me tired. I'm like a reversed bear. I hibernate during summer and do everything in the winter. But this year, summer's got me working my ass off. I don't have much to say now, so let's give our last time check before submission. I feel like this is gonna be the last update I have in real time. Is that, I don't know what to call it. Yeah, but before I have to submit this thingy, it's 8:54. I have to get it done by 11:59. But since I am EST and the contest is PT, I have like 3 extra hours. But I really do not want to skate the line on it. But I might have to, because this is how much I got. I will show you the preview of what I got so far done. Why is it not focusing? I also have to finish the cover, so I might have to do that soon. But yeah, those pages are done. This one I have to do the background. This one I have to do the background. This one I have to do the background for the pages. This one is done, I guess. I still have to color that fence in. This one I just have to do the clouds. And this page will be dropped, because I don't have time. I don't think I talked about the cover yet. I actually did most of it while procrastinating on working on the keychain designs. The 3 days prior, it was fairly quick to render, but I wish I had more time to actually add details and stuff, because it's pretty lackluster. I even forgot to add movement in the foreground. I felt like some leaves or feathers blowing in the wind would really make the piece, and I wish I had rendered the grass more, but when gambling with time, sacrifices need to be made. I actually pre-typed my description and synopsis in Google Docs the previous nights when I took a snack break and my brain wasn't on autopilot and could actually form sentences. Also, decided to sneak in some productive procrastination by setting up the cover, tags, thumbnails, etc. on Tapaz, so that all I had to do was post a comic when I finished. I decided for the last stretch I'd set up the pages I got done in vertical comic style page and just go down the row in order. If I wanted to add the next page and it's not done, it forced me to finish that page so I can put it in the lineup. A huge part of my daily life is tricking my brain to do things it doesn't want to do. I was already cutting close for time, so I ended up doing all the shading in vertical format, which would be a problem if I were to place in a contest because the winning entries would be featured in an anthology style book. But as we already know, life sucks. I, in fact, no longer need to hold on to such frivolous thoughts, especially since I had an hour and a half to spare after posting the manga. Just enough time to color the whole thing, had I realized full color was a requirement. But yeah guys, 7 days or even less if you're crazy is enough to draw a manga. A short one, but one nonetheless. If you ever feel like you're not drawing enough, just give yourself a deadline and regret it. Then when it's all over, do it again. 'Cause deadlines give you wings. If you'd like to watch me flip through and talk about the finished comic, keep watching, but if you've made it this far and like to leave, by all means, thank you for staying this long. I know, I'm surprised too. You don't need to subscribe, you don't need a like, but I would appreciate a comment. Also, if you'd like to read it on Tapaz, the link is in the description. Without further ado, the analysis your English teacher wished you'd make on old literature.
The selfsame moment I could pray, and from my neck so free the albatross fell off and sank like lead into the sea. Alone on a wide, wide sea, so lonely 'twas that God himself scarce seemed there, and loving friends and youths and maidens gay. Farewell, farewell, but this I tell to thee, thou wedding guest, he prayeth well who loveth well both man and bird and beast. He prayeth best who loveth best all things both great and small, for the dear God who loveth us he made, and loveth all. The mariner whose eyes bright, sense forlorn, a sadder and a wiser man, he rose the morrow morn.